Thinking of becoming an expat? Want to know where to go to, where to live, who's giving the best value, the most bang for the buck, who has the best medical care, the best weather? I found a couple of websites that may be able to help. Follow along. Okay, I am going to start here. First, I want to go over a few sites, why people say that they're leaving. I mean, they're the obvious ones, of course. Best top 5, best 10. I mean, it's the same thing. It's going to be cost of living. It's going to be weather and so on. But let me tell you what I found just right quick. And again, this was going to be a quick one. So top 10 reasons to live abroad. Let's see. For expats, number 1 reason, it'll probably break you, but it will make you so much better when it builds you back up. I guess just different aspects of things that you're going to have to deal with starting a new life and growing up. What CV is, I do not know. Your CV will look great. If someone knows what that is, tell me what it is. It'll change your taste for a lot of things. Hence, this may be appropriate for me, I guess, because of the video that I did last time that I didn't care for certain foods when I travel. I do try some things now, but it's normally off of Catherine's plate. I normally don't order anything adventurous on my own because I normally order food when I'm hungry and I don't want to play with that. Also, the weather will blow your mind. Of course, some places are going to be better than others, but that's going to be a factor when you're leaving. Employment opportunities are everywhere. So the moral of this, number 1, is if you are going to be an expat, especially now until you're ready to retire, you need to be working online. You cannot go to these other countries where you want to save money and actually save money if you can't earn money there. And if you earn money there, you're not going to be making what you are here. So you need to take that U.S. money to that country. Doesn't matter if you're taking it to the Philippines, to Guatemala, to Panama, to Colombia, wherever you're going to go, you need to take the U.S. dollars there. So if you can earn U.S. dollars and take it there, then so be it. You'll start a brand new life, of course. Taxes won't haunt you. That's a factor that you do need to include in your thought process anyway. You'll learn a lot. You'll learn to love yourself because you'll probably be by yourself until you meet other people. Your mindset will be broadened. You'll be challenged and you will grow. So that's one. Another one is, let's go up to the top 10 reasons to leave America. Well, I don't know. There's just another way. Top 10, the food is garbage. I don't know. I kind of like U.S. food. Just don't eat the fast food garbage. And yeah, you can eat well here too. Everything you want in another country, you can actually get here. It's just a factor of how much it costs. You know, healthcare is an issue. How much you pay for your rent and how much you pay for your car. What all goes into driving a car in this country will break you alone. I mean, just think about it. It's not just the car payment. It's the car payment, it's the insurance payment, it's the registration, it's the taxes, it's the titles, it's the gas, it's the tolls, it's the parking, it's the repairs, and it never ends. So the infrastructure, so I think the benefit is in going to another country that you wouldn't have to drive. You can take an Uber or wherever you go. The infrastructure is falling apart. I mean, that's wherever you go. Like I mentioned last time, you may step into a hole in Colombia, so it just depends. Architecture is hideously boring, so this is somebody who really doesn't like America at all. Thug culture is a thing, so is it in other countries. So Americans are antisocial, lonely, depressed. I don't know. This guy's just not a fan of the U.S. I mean, this country does have a lot of good things to it. The family unit is broken, and by that, I think hopefully they're implying that in other countries it's more family oriented, which I believe that is totally true. America won't face their cultural problems. Shallow attitudes rule the day. I mean, okay, that's a true one. U.S. is becoming a police state, and Americans are slaves controlled by debt. Now, that one I agree with, and I think that should be number 1, because that should be your number 1 reason for leaving. At least it would be for me. Okay, let's jump into the next one. What's happening? Where are people going? Okay, I pulled this one up just to show you where people are going and where the top 10 places that you may want to go. So 40% opt for the Western Hemisphere, Canada, Central America, and South America. I would assume it's easy to get to. Like I can get to Guatemala in 2.5 hours. It takes me 3.25 or 3.5 to get back and to get to DC. Or it's taking me 3.5 to get to Vegas and 4:15 to get to Los Angeles. So it's quicker and shorter and easier for me to get to some of these countries than it is to get to some of the states in this country. But 40% are going to stay in this hemisphere. And if you're going to work and you're going to work online, you're going to need to be in this hemisphere. And the reason is because of the time change. You're not going to want to go to Philippines. You have Philippines, you have peaks there, perks there. You have perks in Vietnam and other Southeast Asian places. But whether they're speaking a language or not, but you're working on another schedule. Like when they work our hours, when you call and they answer the phone, I mean, they're up at midnight to 8 a.m. So just think about that. You're going to want to be in this hemisphere because it has the same time zone. 26% moved to Europe, 14% head to Asia and the Pacific, Japan, 14% head to the Middle East, 3% travel to Central and South Asia, and 3% choose Africa. And some of these are dated too. The most popular countries for expats in all nations are Ecuador, Mexico, Malta, Singapore, Luxembourg, New Zealand, Thailand, Panama, Canada, and Australia. Here's another top 10. Let's see, reasons. Let's go to number 1, travel opportunities. Learning a new language is a big one. We know how I feel about that. Making friends from all over the world. Learning to let go of all the stuff. That's one thing when you move and you pop in an Airbnb, you don't have to move your couch and furniture and all that good stuff. So if you're going to go somewhere, and I wanted to do this one because I found this one site that you need to see, and I'm going to run to it in a second. It does comparisons between certain cities and countries and other cities and countries. And will Colombia win? Will Medellin win? Will it beat my Antigua and Guatemala? So we'll see that one. Learning to let go, becoming independent, boosting self-confidence, realizing that people, not things, matter, gain a broader perspective. And that's one reason I like to travel. You get a better perspective on how others live, and I actually get a lot out of that. It changes who I am. Every trip I take changes who I am because of somebody or some experience that I had. Realizing that home is expensive. Bing, ding, can I get a ding for that? Ding, okay. The opening of new doors. Okay, I'll jump to the next one. Okay, so here's one, and this one is best healthcare in the world. And the reason I popped this one up is, let's scroll down to it, is because out of all the places, and everybody knows I like Medellin, I'm not trying to ring their bell more than anybody else's bell. But according to the searches that I've done, it looks like Colombia and Medellin, Colombia is the spot. And I know everybody wants to go there and everybody has different motives for going there. But let me tell you, if you look at, here's the top 100 countries for best healthcare. And they're looking at all different type of factors, not just who has the best doctors, the best hospital, the best training, the cost, so on, but they're looking at a total of that. So France is number 1, Italy. If you look, I'm just going to scroll all the way down here because all of these, Malta, Japan, Norway, Portugal, Monarchy, none are in this hemisphere. So what do I need to get to this hemisphere? Colombia, number 22. The best healthcare in this hemisphere. And look, if you go a few more down, you'll see, Canada is 30 and the United States is 37. So Colombia has better healthcare than the United States. Don't just trust this study. I've seen it on numerous forums. Don't just trust one thing. Do your research. Do due diligence. Top 5 best countries for affordable healthcare. Panama. Number 5. Number 4, Mexico. Number 3, Colombia. Number 2, Costa Rica. And number 1, Malaysia. So you can stay in Central and South America. You can stay in this hemisphere, Northern America, Central America, and you can have everything that you have here, only better. Okay, now I pulled this list up because this one is entitled, what is this? Best cities to live in Mexico, because I've seen a bunch of videos about Merida in Mexico. Mexico is closer than Colombia, closer than Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Peru, Brazil, Venezuela, all that stuff. It's right next door. You can walk across the border. So I figured, why not check that out? I've seen so many videos of people that have gone to Merida. Merida is considered the safest country in this hemisphere, in Northern America, between Mexico, the United States, and Canada, the safest city. But this is the safest city in Mexico. This is a list, and it starts with Querétaro. Then it goes to Guadalajara, which I have to visit Guadalajara. I heard the weather's good there too, in a couple of neighborhoods. And actually, I've seen her on, she has a YouTube channel. And she gives you this may be her top 10. Is this her? Guanajuato, Ensenada, La Paz, Puerto Vallarta, and of course, San Cristobal de las Casas, Oaxaca, Puebla, and number 10 ended up at Merida. And because I've heard so much about Merida, I've done my research on that. Now, I can't go to Merida. I can go. But the downside is, well, let's put it this way. I can't go at a specific time of year because I'm told that the heat is oppressive. And it's hot Houston. It's worse than here. And then I heard somebody say, oh, the bugs, that's a wrap for me. Unless I can go at a certain time of year where it's cooler. Then, ding, hit that bell. The other 6 months I can go somewhere else. But this is the website ultimately that I wanted to get to you. I hope I'm going fast enough right now. It seems like I'm talking fast. I am. I wanted to get to this one. Numbeo, Numbeo.com. It allows you to pull up cities. Medellin, Colombia. And it says, what are you looking for? I am looking for cost of living in Medellin. So it pulls up everything and it says meals are inexpensive, average cost. Oh, here, and it's in COP, it's in that country's culture. So you can change it so that you can relate to it. You can change it to USD. So it lets you know that, okay, average inexpensive meal, $3.97, meal for 2 people, how much milk, and the one thing is, what I've seen from comparing here to some cities in the US is meat, eggs, and milk. Dead cheap in the US. Not gonna be beat anywhere. But if you go to Latin and Central America, you're not gonna be beat on vegetables and fruit. You're definitely not gonna beat Medellin. Transportation is something you need to keep in mind. Gallons, Volkswagen. Now, all of this doesn't mean anything until, oh my God, pop-ups. But they want you to put in your feedback. So this list is compiled by people who actually live there. They took this little survey like it just popped up and says how much I'm paying for an apple, how much I'm paying for an orange. So this is accurate, and this is accurate as of today. Just look at it like you are buying something on Amazon and you've seen the ratings on it, 1 through 5, and you can read the reviews. Exact same thing, only it's up to date as of now. So apartment, 1 bedroom in city center, $298. That's how much it costs. And I've done this crossways to find, yes, this is an average price. Remember, when you move to Medellin, though, you may not get a refrigerator, you're not going to get a stove, you're not going to get a dryer, you're not going to have furniture. So keep that in mind if you're going for a certain period of time. You may want to do Airbnb. But this one, of course, is not a comparison. So, it tells you a whole lot more if you go down. You can break it down by how much you're going to pay for. You're paying more in markets than you do in rent. Can you say that here? Do. Okay, goes over a few different things too. I think it's by comparison. So let's pull up another city. Compare Medellin with, you know how I love Antigua, Guatemala. So Antigua, Guatemala. So is it better living? Okay, I picked it for certain reasons, but you're going to spend a little bit more, and you'll see why. And again, it goes to this, going to the Quetzal. So let's move it to the US dollar so that we can reference it. Okay, so an inexpensive meal, $5.66 in Antigua, and again in Medellin is $3.95. So Medellin is winning. All the green is Medellin is winning, is winning, is winning. Beer's cheaper, Coke's cheaper, water's cheaper. Oh my God, everything's cheaper. Milk, all this stuff is cheaper in Medellin. You're definitely not going to beat them on fruit. Look, I mean, everything is less expensive when you go to Medellin, pretty much. Now let's go to where it really counts. Now, if you want to buy a car, it's going to cost you more in Medellin than in Antigua. But why you would buy a car, I can't guess. Gas is even cheaper there too. But so let's say for a one-way ticket on local transport is actually less expensive in Antigua because you may be on a chicken bus. But taxis, okay, it's less in Medellin. I mean, there you go. Sports, leisure, and activities still much higher, 71% higher. Okay. Jeans. Now, jeans, if you want to go, the benefit to being in Antigua is you can get some jeans because they're making clothes there. And here's the major one right here, which I haven't found anybody that has beat Medellin on this, and that's rent. How much it's going to cost. Average in Antigua, $501. I can deal with that. By the way, when they look at El Centro and the city central of Antigua is absolutely beautiful. The city center in Medellin is absolutely not beautiful, okay? I wouldn't live there. But if you move to the outside, 261, you're going to pay even less once you get further out anyway. 3-bedroom apartment. I mean, look what you're going to pay in Antigua. You're going to pay U.S. prices for a 3-bedroom. So, but for a 1-bedroom apartment outside of the city center, 357, I'm in like Flint. And also, there's other places in every country. There's other cities and so on. But I wanted to show you this website because I think it's truly amazing how they break down the comparisons. You can do a quick comparison here against other major countries. Now, here's some other ones. Explore quality of life in Antigua, crime in Antigua. I've done it against Houston and so on, but look at this, crime in Antigua. Okay, and this is rated at a 48. Okay, so moderate for level of crime, high for, what's the second one? What is matching? Okay, level of crime increasing in the past 3 years, high, blah, blah, blah. Very high problem, corruption and bribery. Safety in Antigua, walking around during daylight, very high, it's safe. At night, 42.8. I mean, I was out there day and night and it was fine. But you look at that one and then you can go back to, where is it? How do I get back? To Medellin. And now you look at there. So level of crime, Medellin high, and this is a comparison. High versus Antigua moderate, moderate versus Antigua high. So that's growing in the past 3 years, low. Overall though, what I've seen from looking at different locations, and again, I'll go back. And how about Houston, Texas? You have to check out, you can get lost in this site. Look at Houston, high, 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 where is high, high, high. When you look at what it costs to live downtown, it's pretty accurate, but I would live downtown, obviously I did, and I'm near downtown now. But again, you're not gonna be, Medellin looks like it's winning. Check out this website, it's numbeo.com. There is another one also called Expatistan. Take a look at these, expatistan.com. Same thing, it does the breakdown, cost of living Medellin versus this. It breaks it down by food, housing, clothing, transportation. I found this one a bit more difficult to get around than the Numbeo. Also, how safe is Medellin for travel? I found another site, this is travelsafe-abroad.com. Travelsafe-abroad.com, and then you go to the country and then you go to the city. So I'll just pull up briefly Medellin. Okay, warnings and dangers, overall risk, medium, transportation risk, pickpockets, high, not pickpocketing me, but natural disasters, medium, mugging, medium, terrorism, medium, scams, high, woman traveler, medium, how safe is it, blah, blah, blah. It goes over all the good information, so check that one out also. Travelsafe-abroad.com. And I think I did this one for Merida. Overall, and this one is supposed to be the safest one. Overall risk low, transportation low, pickpocket risk medium, natural disasters low, mugging low, terrorism low, scams low, women low. So, well, women travelers low. So check this one out also. And if anybody thinking of becoming an expat in Merida, if you can take, in Mexico, if you can take the heat, it's right down the road. And it's near Cancun. I think it's like a half hour to the beach too. So keep that in mind. One last one that I wanted to click on because this is something most people don't pay attention to on a daily basis, how much the debt is in this country. A few things I want to show you. I want to go right here, actual unemployed, 19,593,642. Now I'm just going to talk for a minute because I want you to see that. Actual unemployment is going down. So it's actually going down and going up and going down while I'm here. So the US debt is at 84. This is a trillion, if you're not sure. Thousands, millions, billions, trillions. The average, here's what credit card, if you haven't taken a look at this, you need to take a look at this. usdebtclock.org. usdebtclock.org. You can click on some of these and it will link to something even more defined, but you need to know that this is how much we have coming into the country and how much debt we're actually paying on that. We owe $27 trillion, so we're just going to keep printing money. That I don't even want to get started on that today, but take a look at this. You really need to take a look and see what credit card debt is in this country. Unsecured debts, bank interest, personal debt per person, how much people owe in this country. Take a look at this. The revenue per center, how much is going to the, it's a lot of information, but take a look at it. I wanted to put this one up real quick for you, give you another source to take a look at. Again, if I'm offering any information of benefit, do me a favor, go down and hit the subscribe button and click the bell to be alerted of any new videos. Again, I have more videos coming out that are going to be more specified on, and I'll bring it up to a separate channel for Houston, Texas, and I'm hoping to get back on the road soon, and there'll be more travel videos coming soon. Thanks for watching. Be safe.
We have a YouTube channel, like it. Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick your balls.